about a third of the way through the development of Eastlake, but the vision of the balance of Eastlake was already set. So we're really looking out ahead of ourselves to see what we really wanted it to all look like. So the market had still been a little tough at that time, but we were preparing for the change in the market and prepared for the growth and the build out of Eastlake. Early on, the commitment of the company and identification that schools were a significant part of our community. When you looked at our buyers of our homes in the community, a lot of young families, and knowing that schools were important to those families. So we wanted to make sure that they were properly funded, and that was the reason for establishing the Eastlake Educational Foundation. I think it's been one of those things, it's always had a strong involvement from the community, from the parents. Also, it's been consistent. We've set it up that they're always making the gifts. We set up the endowment about halfway through, or in the first 10 years, and the whole idea was to keep a consistent gifting as the cycles change in real estate, that all those schools can continue to get the support that they need to do things. Good schools is always good for home values. We've seen it anywhere that we've developed. But also, to me, it's all about the kids. I mean, we can sit here and plan for our near future, but it's really their future that we're planning for. And a good education is always a great foundation for anybody. And it's so important for them to have that. And, with the resources that public schools lack these days, all the support we can give them to give the teachers the tools they need to help educate our kids is what it's all about. We set up the foundation, and you look at the schools and you look at the scores within the schools relative to the rest of the district or even the county, they continue to shine. And I guarantee I look at things, again, in other parts of the county, it's all about involvement. Foundation is a great thing and helps give that nucleus, but the parents engaging and everything else, that's what really makes the schools work and makes, obviously, for great teachers, great principals, and a great community. So it's involvement that really makes it all come together. When you look at a foundation that's really a small foundation, you're talking about a community, well, it's a large community, 10,000 homes, but it's still relatively small. And to see something of that size continue to do what it does year after year, and then again, the involvement of the people in the community to make it happen, I think it's pretty exceptional. Because a lot of these foundations just fade away. As we see people establish foundations, community groups, or whatever, and as soon as the leaders or the initial people leave, it slowly fades away. But in Eastlake Foundations, we continue to have strong board members, great involvement from the schools, and it just continues to grow in the strength. It says a lot about the community and those people that, while we take some credit for starting it, it's really the credit's due to those people that's kept this whole thing going, because they're pure volunteers in making these things happen. It's quite an honor. To have something named after you is a little humbling. We continue to work to do good things. I like to think that I've done some great things, but at the same time, there's been a lot of people that have made that stuff happen. I'm a little, I don't know if I'm not due the credit that maybe my name on the award shows, but I'm glad to be a part of it, and I'm glad to be the recipient. Blessed to be in an industry that I love doing, and as I say, I've built communities, I've built homes, but the thing I really enjoy is being out there with the people in the community, because it's just, to me, it's all about the memories for the families, and to see that all come together, to me, is the best feedback and reward I could ever expect. Yeah, everything we touch now is connected. If your cell phone goes down, you can't function. Now you watch kids, they don't even write anymore. They only work on computers. It's just what they need to get through and be advanced. And the connectivity, the communication just continues to grow. And it's the imagination. You talk about hitting kids early, that's when they're probably at their best, because they're not jaded by any barriers that someone has put in front of them, and they're open-minded, and they come up with great ideas. And technology has grown because of those young people thinking way out of the box.
If there was to be a Mr. Eastlake, it would be Bill Ostrem. Bill Ostrem had everything to do with the formation and the ongoing success of the Eastlake Educational Foundation. The most critical feature to bring families to Eastlake and keep families in Eastlake, it's schools. And so he wanted to form an organization that would give back to those schools and give them the resources that they need to keep up with the amazing, crazy world, changing world of technology. Bill, you had a vision of a small type community that has become our reality. You are brilliant. You are beyond generous. You care about others beyond belief. Your leadership inspires and supports every one of us. Your commitment and continued love and dedication for this Eastlake community is priceless. We want to thank you and your beautiful wife, Nikki, for continuing to care about our little piece of heaven here, Eastlake. Now, it just wouldn't be right if I did not end with one small ditty. Oh, what have you done, Billy boy, Billy boy? Oh, what have you done, darling Billy? You created something great. You have given us Eastlake. Now it's time for us to give something to you. We love you, Bill.